everybody! It is Satur-Dye Night Live, and today is June the 27th. I can't believe we're almost done with June. So I have a new little member of my dye team. A little air conditioner, how cute! And the Arctic air does not feel so Arctic whenever it's sucking in air from the garage that's 800 degrees. So it cools it down to 625-ish. Hey Regina, hey Mary. And it's solely for the purpose of keeping my phone cool, not me. I know. I totally, Janica, need an air conditioner up in here. But this business in this garage, I mean, look, there's the ceiling. When I was pregnant, I was taking my fist and my hammer to the drywall in this garage, and it was crumbling like powder. I mean, it's pretty much all down to the bricks. And then back behind this, you can see some drywall right here. I put that in last summer. I'm a big DIYer. And then I kind of just finish. I don't finish my jobs. I get it started. I'm really good at demo and getting it started, but not finishing. So we have got some fun stuff tonight. We're gonna dye a sock blank tonight. I've got a few things to show off. Hello, Debbie. I've got a few things to show off from, yeah, I know. I should probably put it up there because it's working right now. Few things to show off from my Houston Fiber Fest class today. And if you are like, what? Houston Fiber class? What do you mean Houston Fiber Fest class? The recording is available on the Houston Fiber Fest website. So it's the yarn dyeing class with Ashley Wolf, and you just watch the recording. Mind you, it's 3 hours long. And I was really nervous about being done in about 45 minutes. So that was actually really interesting to go right up to the minute. It was about an hour and a half of information on PowerPoint, and then it was about an hour and a half of dyeing yarn. It was really fun. So a couple of things to show off. On Friday night, we had our first private dye class for beginners with Ashley. I had wonderful, beautiful 3 students, and they have been showing off their little baby yarns today on Facebook, and I'm just so glad to see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with a few things. And if Laura comes on, Laura King, I really want her to, oh, Janica, I took a nap. I totally took a 2.5 hour nap. And I just scarfed down a bunch of Chipotle just now. Okay, so we are gonna start. I'm gonna dye some God of Thunder. This is for a custom order for a friend of mine. She ordered 5 skeins of it and then added 2 to her order. Okay, masking up. Got to tell myself what to do here. So this one isn't really part of the lesson tonight. This one's just kind of a freebie. Not that I charge you anything anyway. I hope you guys are having fun tonight already. So instead of Harry Potter trivia tonight, I think we're gonna go with some Wizard of Oz trivia. How y'all like that? So let me know if I have any, hey Megan, if I have any Wizard of Oz trivia lovers, Wizard of Oz lovers in general. All right, let's start. And the reason why I have Wizard of Oz trivia, disappointed, I'll throw in, is she disappointed about the yarn or is she disappointed about the trivia questions? Hello. All right, so we might just do some Harry Potter trivia questions as well. Okay, so let's do some Wizard of Oz. What was the name of Dorothy's dog? I know you're gonna roll your eyes. Just answer. Okay, we're gonna let this exhaust here. This isn't really part of the lesson today, but I just needed to get this one started so that I could complete this order for a friend of mine. So what's the name of, okay, so now the name of Dorothy's dog in the movie was Toto. Yes, we all know that, but what was the name of the dog in real life? Boom, yeah. You thought this would be easy. I can't do anything easy, or can I? Do I always? Yes. Yeah, what was the name of Toto in real life? No one's answering now. That's weird. Y'all, I'm just kind of oh, this silver gray, Kirsten, silver gray. No top secret. Yeah, you're all Googling, otherwise known as cheating. No, it's okay. I didn't say in the beginning that you couldn't Google, so that's really my bad. I love trivia, y'all. It's so much fun. Terry! Yes, it was Terry. But in the credits of the movie, they credit her as Toto. And my 5-year-old son calls her Total, like Total, like the cereal. Isn't that so cute? So when he's like pretending to be a dog, he says, Mommy, pretend that I'm a dog and my name's Total. All right, the rest of God of Thunder is now happening. So tell me where you're from, everyone. Yeah, good to have you. All right. Oh, Dangerfield, Texas. Any relation to Rodney? Bet you never heard that one before. All right, God of Thunder is done. Actually, I'm going to dip this a little bit more in there and get a little bit more blue coverage. Okay. So, yeah, Granberry. Hello, Cosette. Welcome, and welcome, Wanda. Good to see you again. All right, so I'm gonna try my best to give you too long about Rodney Dangerfield. That is funny. All right, so here's my sock blank, and they are very long and skinny, pre-knit yarn. The base of this is a 75-25 merino nylon, so it's perfect for socks, but it can be used for shawls. And so it's basically, it looks like a scarf, okay? So one end is here and the other end is here. And there is a particular end that whenever this is dyed up, you have to start knitting from. One end, when you start to pull the yarn, it'll unravel very easily. One end, it'll knot itself over on the edge. So just make sure that if you're ever working with a sock blank, you want to find the yarn, the edge that's unraveling easily, okay? All right, so I was gonna challenge myself today with what I chose for my gradient colors, and the challenge is in getting away from jewel tones. So I love jewel tones, and I know that there's nothing wrong with like warm tones and everything, but you know, I figured, I was like, I need to get a little more comfortable with that. So what I did was I chose to go into the Roy part of Roy G. Biv. Okay, so I've got my red, I've got a deep orange here, a golden yellow, and then my gold ochre. I love my gold ochre. I didn't choose a yellow because I love how this gold ochre kind of makes it a little more antique looking, a little more deeper of a color, and I think it just blends a little bit more. And to be quite honest, which is so ironic, the yellow crayon makes it feel like a little bit too much like school. I don't know why, but so I really like this antique deep yellow gold color in the ochre. So that's what we're going to do today for our sock blank gradient. Now, a few things that we have to know. We have to basically, since we have 4 colors, we have to apply the color in quarters. So I need to have, in fact, I'm going to just get my container ready. I want an empty container with nothing inside, ready and waiting, because most of the blank, when it's that first color, is going to be out of the pot. So I'm going to add my red first, and it's not going to be nearly as much as I might think, like I typically work with, these deep saturated colors. And only because, the reason why I'm making that type of decision is because I want to make sure that it exhausts pretty quickly and that it's not leaving it too red. For the orange section, I don't want the red to overtake, because I know that that could be something that could happen. Now, Laura, I've been thinking about your tonal color all day. I really have been. So if you don't mind, think about some colors for your shirt pattern that you really have been, that has been on your mind, if it's been on your mind, and I would love to hear what you're thinking. Okay, so I'm going to mask up and start on this sock blank gradient. Real quick, I kind of forgot how I measure it out. Is I literally just put the 2 ends together. I find the middle, and that's pretty easy because it's folded like that already. Kirsten, why am I starting with the darker color? Honestly, Kirsten, because I think, I don't know, I think you caught me. And I'm kind of glad, because maybe I should change my plan. So maybe I should start with the gold and go into, I guess in my mind I thought I would have the whole blank in there. No, that wouldn't make sense, because I wouldn't want to put gold ochre over the red, because that would be, okay, I'm glad you asked that. I'm really glad, because now I need to make sure that my plan is sound. Yeah, so that's a good, but you know that gold takes forever to exhaust. And here's another reason why I think I'm starting with that red, is because look at the water. It's left over from today. And I think that's the whole drive behind starting with the red. But if this does not work out so well, then I'll know that a better plan is probably, needs to be created. So I see your point, and I'm almost, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so 2 ends together. I found the middle here of the blank, and then I've roughly found where my sections are. So this is going to be my first section. I'm just going to hold it off and then put the rest of the blank in my little pot. I forgot to rinse out the pot. Yeah, it looks all right. Right? Maybe I could put a towel down. These are all fresh towels. But are you talking about the crock pot, Kimberly? This one here? Because if so, yes, I did. I did that on purpose. Okay, so I have my section. I'm going to just put it right there. I'm going to mask up, and I'm going to make my dye. I'm going to put my dye in. The water is really hot already, so I'm just gonna put in, oh yeah. And I'm okay that this isn't showing up as like a true red. I'm okay with that. Okay, real hot. Now, I'm basically gonna dip this in and then pull it out. The next thing I'm gonna do I'm gonna clean all that off. I'm gonna spread it out. So why am I spreading it out? The reason why I spread it out is because sock blanks are notorious for white spots because it's a pre-knit garment pretty much. So Dylan, you're asking, is there anything special about the pigments I source? They are professional acid dyes, which just means you need citric acid or a white vinegar to help the dye go into the fibers. Yes, Kirsten is my wing woman. She is going to be able to answer any question just like I would. So thank you, Kirsten, for jumping in. Nothing special about them, really. All right, so basically just about an inch above where this line is where I want to stop, but I like this pink right here. So I'm liking it. You can already see a fade, and I'm actually going to pull a little bit more out because I don't want a line. Okay, so yeah, they're color fast, they take up fast. There's a lot of vinegar in here, probably 1.5 cups to 2 cups of vinegar, because I wanted that dye to go in real quick. Okay, so we're gonna cover this up, leave that there, keep that heat in there, and we're gonna look at what I had in here earlier from the Houston Fiber Fest. So I had been taking them through a God of Thunder mini skein creation, and I ended up making 4 grays and 4 of the turquoise type colors. And then I've got 2 undyed, because I made 2 kits total. 4 mini skeins in each kit, 100 grams of yarn. So this one's kind of cool. Yeah, like. Okay, good, Cassandra. So it made a little bit of like a depth to each color. I am so glad to hear that. So yeah, Cassandra has worked with a Gone Viral sock blank. And I'm telling y'all, it's almost impossible, because even with the Gone Viral sock blank that I dyed for Cassandra, I was doing everything I possibly could to keep the, to stretch out the yarn in the blank and get all that color in there. So, you know, that's just part of it's like a characteristic of sock blanks. All right, so we're gonna leave that one in there for a second. And we're gonna go over to the light box. I also know that God of Thunder is not exhausted yet, needs more time. So we're gonna go over to the light box and we're gonna see some of the little projects for today. Okay, one more Wizard of Oz question, trivia question. Name all the things that the other characters were missing. Name all 4 things that were missing. So what was Dorothy missing that she was seeking from the wizard? What was the Scarecrow missing? What was the Tin Man missing? And what was the lion missing that they were seeking out from the wizard? Type it below. Alexa, turn it down to a level 2. All right, so that God of Thunder colorway, worked up into a mini skein set has been really, really beautiful. I think this is kind of like my mojo. Yeah, hope, home, heart, brain, courage. Yes, the nerve. I know, that's so cute how he says the nerve. Very good. Now, what does the Wizard of Oz ask the four to bring back to him from the Wicked Witch of the West? Aha. All right, so yeah, I'm just loving the way these minis are working up. This is not necessarily my Stormbreaker, the Noive. Yeah, it's so cute. It's not necessarily my Stormbreaker. Yes, the broom. He wanted the Wicked Witch's broom back. No, close, Debbie. It was her broom. Now, what was written on the Wizard of Oz's hot air balloon when he went to take Dorothy back with him? There was something written. It's the name of a city. It was the name of a city. What was written on the hot air balloon? So again, the God of Thunder colorway has like been my mojo these last couple of days and weeks and months. Okay, last night in my yarn dyeing class, my private class with my 3 students, we all, close, it's not Wichita. Yes, Regina, Omaha, ding, 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 Omaha, you got it. So I dyed this worsted weight yarn with Kool-Aid packets. This was the pink lemonade. Y'all want to guess how many packets of pink lemonade I put into the pot? It's less than 7, I'll give you that. So type in a number. How many packets? And if you know because you were there at the class, you're not allowed to say. Yeah, you got it, Regina. Yes, Debbie, 5. 5 packets of pink lemonade Kool-Aid. And it's still quite light. So it makes me think that this Kool-Aid just soaks in. It's okay, Victoria. You're not a fool, lady girl. You're right here, right now. So, 18. You're so cute. I would like to try 18. I think that would actually be kind of nice. It'd be really deep and beautiful because there's still some white spots, but I really like this. And y'all, it smells like pink lemonade. So another thing that we did today in the Houston Fiber Fest was we had been doing the God of Thunder, right? And so there was this leftover dye stock, and one of the students said, could you use that leftover dye stock with another skein of yarn? And I said, well, yes, we absolutely can. There is nothing against that. And so we just did. Now this is like what I live for. I live for making decisions in the moment, having fun, just being spontaneous. And so we put this skein of worsted weight superwash merino in, and it started soaking up this robin's egg blue color. And I said, okay, let's add some other colors. What goes well? And then someone said green. And so I got this Wilton's cake icing and did part of it green. And for some reason, the green and the blue really reminded me of Emerald City. And so I said, okay, what else could we add to this to make it kind of like a Wizard of Oz yarn? And someone, of course, said the ruby slippers. Now, I was very, very cautious to not put too much red to make it just red, green, Christmas. And I also didn't want to overpower this robin's egg blue. So the next thing that I'm going to do with this, I'm going to re-skein it. So what that means is I'm going to put this skein of yarn around my Swift. You know, the old-fashioned Swift is someone putting their hands out like this. And basically I'm just going to wind it on my nitty knotty again to make it look like a skein, but it's going to be off center a little bit. Do you know what color the shoes were in the book? Oh, goodness. No, I don't. Janica, you have to share. What were the colors of the shoes in the book? I almost want to say blue because her dress was blue. I don't know. It's a great trivia question. Oh, silver. Silver. Janica's in charge of trivia from now on, y'all. I thought I had some really good questions, and then Janica said that one. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so here's a sock that I finished. I've got really short feet. When I like pulled my thread through, I was utterly disappointed at how short this thing was. And I guess it wouldn't look so bad if it was a shorter cuff. But yeah, I love knitting socks. And whenever I put them on my feet, and when it gets to the right point on my feet, I'm like, all right, time for the star toe. But clearly, I haven't knit a sock in a while. I really needed to go like about this much longer. Yeah, it's dainty. It's cute. So this is my Hedwig yarn. It's after Hedwig the Owl from Harry Potter. The spots came out really, really nicely with that. And then the gold is a swirl for her eyes. There was a lot of pooling going on the top. I wasn't too terribly happy with all the pooling right here, but I also didn't want to rip it out and go back. Plus, I just think that all these cute little spots are so cute. And so, of course, whenever my son Miles, who's almost 6, saw that I had finished my Hedwig sock, he goes, Mommy, I want one. I said, okay, bud, this won't take long. So I'm knitting Buddy a sock. So this is for little Milesies. Yeah, sock head hat. I don't know what that is. Tell me more, Victoria. What's a sock head hat? Yeah, the pooling is, y'all, this is the gold that I'm going to do on the gradient. That's why I love this so much. Yes, I know. But see, I won't knit 2 socks for myself because this will be like a sample for the shop. But I found it very interesting that the swirl, because I had about 60 stitches cast on here for the big sock, and then about 40 stitches cast on here. The swirl actually turned into just a little bit of more of a stripe. Super cute slouchy hat. Okay, yeah, put the pattern. And then after the heel flap, whenever I have a little bit more stitches on the needles for the foot, it's getting a little bit wider. So that's cool. I'm a heel flap girl. I know that the swirl would not break up if I just did like an afterthought heel, but I don't know. I'm a heel flap lover. Okay, let's go look at this gradient yarn. Yeah, still red as ruby slippers. Okay, but I'm gonna put you back up where you're getting some air conditioning. I hope you're in the air conditioning. Yeah, it's a great shade of gold. And it made me think, Wanda, of what you kind of want for your other skeins of yarn. And that is gonna be part of my plan for your yarns. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to show you a little bit. That looks like a lovely sunset. And I'm gonna go a little bit more with the rest of the skein. Okay, so see how it's pink? Maybe we should just let the yarn guide us. I had a plan, clearly, but now, look. What's happening now? I'm letting the dye be the guide. I thought I had a solid plan, but I'm really liking this pink that's coming out. So I'm gonna go with it. Sometimes I get very stuck in my head of like, but I plan to do this, but I got these dyes out, this just has to be. But it doesn't always have to be like that. So I'm stretching out ever so gently so that this dye gets into the grooves there. Might not get into 100% of it, but now that I'm putting more fiber in, it's soaking up, oh, it's almost immediate. It's soaking up more color. But y'all, beautiful. Stretch, stretch, stretch. So it's turning more of a pink. And a gradient does not always have to have 4 different dyes for 4 different colors. So Kirsten, you were having a few little dye fails today. Not fails, but just learning opportunities. All right, so once I put more of this skein in, oh yeah, it's really starting to soak it up. And one of the best ways to really blend in your yarn, to blend in your colors, is to do that back and forth type of action. Yeah, the deep red really is amazing. And I need to be a lot more aware of that there are people out there who absolutely love the warm tones. And even though I'm not necessarily in that camp of people, that doesn't mean that I can't hone my craft and make some really pretty, I mean, look at that. Yeah. So I think I'm about halfway. Okay, I think I'm gonna do something kind of crazy. No. I think I'm going to have that amazing gold color that I love so very much at the other end. So I'm basically gonna flop these around. I'm gonna add a bunch of gold, and I'm gonna do the same kind of process. So it's actually not going to be, I mean, it's gonna be a gradient, but it's gonna go from dark, dark red to the lighter reds and the pinks to almost a pale, pale pink, to on the other end having that gold come in, and then it'll overlap in the pink area and it'll actually look a little orange. Let's just check. We're gonna let that sit for just a second. Let's just check on this. Now, do y'all know what's coming up at 8 o'clock? Fiber trivia at the McKnitty Facebook page. So Victoria or Kimberly Scott, if you could put the link for the McKnitty Facebook page, that would be really, really cool, because I'm going to join for Facebook trivia, fiber trivia at 8 o'clock. So shortly after this. All right, looking at this God of Thunder. It's not fully exhausted yet, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I really want that blue color to just be in there. IKR. I don't know what that is. Hi, Donna. We're making a gradient with a sock blank. And we just had to kind of make a decision in the moment for this beautiful skein. Yeah, so totally way more than halfway is into that pink, but that's awesome. That's fine. So I'm gonna put the red portion into my pot that just holds the yarn. And I'm gonna put this gold, and I mean a lot of gold, because I really want this to be quite intense. That's a lot, by the way. And gold takes quite a while to exhaust and quite a while to mix. It's chunky. Don't tell it I said that. Yeah, so I just put it in there with that pink that was left over. Awesome. Tell me about sock blank. So it is a pre-knit length of sock yarn, enough to give you 2 socks, that is dyed as it's in this pre-knit state. And then what you do is you just start at one end and you just unravel it as you knit. So there's no need to ball it up or anything. So this is basically what a sock blank looks like. And it shows, I've had people ask me, hey, can I just bind off the ends and just wear this as a scarf? I'm like, yeah, girl, you go right ahead. So absolutely. Yeah, so we've got, I don't know if y'all can see, we've got our fading, and really this is just a bunch of just being patient, dip dyeing over and over. We got our darkness here and our lightness. So I'm going to start at the opposite end. I'm going to spread it out and drop it in. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. I'm dead. And that's a good thing, by the way. Sorry, weird humor. Okay. You get it? I'm dead because I'm dying. Ha 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 ha. Somebody better give me a smiley face or an LOL or something like that. I love how the yellow just immediately kind of goes into this, into the yarn that's there. All right, more Harry Potter trivia. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, when Harry, Ron, and Hermione had to go down and play wizard's chess in the dungeons to get to the Sorcerer's Stone, or to get to the Mirror of Erised, what positions did the 3 of them take? What position was Ron? What position was, yeah, too many yarn fumes? You bet your bottom dollar. What position was Ron? What position was Harry? And what position was Hermione? Oh yeah, you were dying when when your fingertips were gray. Ugh. I get it. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, yeah, so comment below what positions in Wizard's Chess did Harry, Ron, and Hermione take on the chessboard in the dungeons. Yeah, so this is already kind of fading. Y'all see that? And I'm glad, because I want it to fade to a lovely yellow just before it hits that pink. Knight, Bishop, and Queen. Yes, ma'am, Kimberly. Good job. Kimberly's the research queen. Okay, a little bit more. We're getting a little bit close to this pink. So I want to judge how much dye I believe is left in the dye bath. Stretch it out. Just going to drop it in briefly and then take it out. And then I kind of lift this up to compare the colors from one to the other. Oh, this is going to be nice, y'all. You've never read or seen Harry Potter? Well, if you ever wanted to start a new project, I'm here for you, Donna. Okay, we're gonna go in, and now we're starting to cross over into the pink. We're not gonna cross over much. We're gonna do a little bit of dipping and taking out so that it's like a sunset. With a gradient, with a well done gradient, you're not gonna be able to tell the beginning of one color to the next. Oh, Christine, we're gonna have to make a special group. the people who want to fall in love with Harry Potter who have never fallen in love before group. Public to all. I guess it's kind of already kind of old enough to where it's not really popular anymore, like at the forefront of people's minds as far as children's books or young adult. Certainly not in movies, but it's almost like a household name, but it might not be. Okay, so going over into this pink. And I really do love how much of this gold is showing up. Look how beautiful. And then it's really intense right there. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is so much fun. Now, of course, I know that the yellow is going to take quite a while. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to turn off the heat on God of Thunder and probably leave that overnight. I'm going to let this heat up a little bit more because I had it so uncovered that the heat was starting to escape. And I just want to congratulate my little Arctic Air Ultra in keeping my phone. Oh my gosh, y'all, do y'all see my face? I didn't see my face until just now. So when you're saying very pretty, you mean my yarn. It's totally fine. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But I do want to make sure that I've talked about the topic. So a gradient is like that sunsetty wash of color. A variegated is going to be more like different colors, kind of all in one skein, okay? We could even call, you know, the God of Thunder kind of a variegated because it's got little spots here and there. And then, yeah, so, and a self-striping. I think I put self-striping. Yes, I'm melting. What a world, what a world. Why would you say that when you're melting? What a world. Anyways, we all took it when we were kids, right? So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And yeah, I think I need to order more sock blanks because you're right, Andrea. It turned out really, really nice. And that was actually my very first time doing like a gradient on a sock blank. And I'm really glad that I just took the hint from the die, and instead of trying to force my plan onto the die, I just kind of, you know, went with it. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Tell your fiber friends if you want to be part of the Handmade Holidays Stash Busters group. It's a private group, but you can find it in the search. So go to your Facebook search, type in Handmade Holidays with an S, Stash Busters, and ask to join, and I'll approve you. We're here to motivate each other, bust through some stash, and then give some incredible handmade items to our loved ones this holiday season. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I'm going to turn y'all around and just kind of show you what it's looking like in the pot all the way over. Isn't that so cool? I'm really proud of this, and I love that pink in the middle. Yeah, so this one's just going to soak up. Have you tried to dye a sock blank sideways? I haven't, Cosette, but some of my other little methods with sock blanks, I might just show in a future episode because it's yielding those yielded some pretty cool results. And you can find some more. It is Gryffindor. Oh my gosh, Kim, you're right. It's Gryffindor. So you can find a lot of sock blanks in my Etsy shop. Kirsten, if you don't mind just dropping that link, it's dye2spin.etsy.com or etsy.com/dye2spin. And you can see some of my crazy sock blanks that really do look like you just want to bind up those ends and wear it as a scarf. But it would probably give you some really cool socks or a cool shawl. Okay, y'all, make sure to search for Handmade Holiday Stash Busters. I want you to be a part of that group. And see us at 8 on the McKnitty Facebook page for yarn and fiber trivia in like 15 minutes. All right, see y'all there. Bye.